Hey guys, this is Amy here from EdgedGaming, and I'm just gonna be talking about a little about the network freedom and how I don't think you should join them at all. I'm just gonna point out a little more reasons. This is kind of like a commentary I do, but I don't have a script and it's completely unscripted. So if I repeat a couple things, you might hear little cuts to something else I'm saying, or I might stutter or say something twice. So here we go. I'm just gonna to just tell you the gist of Freedom. So Freedom is in the name. It's a YouTube-based network. If you did not know, if you do not know, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video because it is why you should not join Freedom and why it is a bad network. But anyways, Freedom is a YouTube network in which it states that it is free in the name and that there is no lock-in contracts, which honestly, in my opinion, that sounds pretty good when you're joining. So, from an experienced old Freedom user, let's get with the story. So, the Edge Gaming YouTube channel was partnered with Freedom for, I would say, about a couple months, maybe 3. And honestly, they did nothing that they promised would be in the actual, like, final, I would say, final cut of Freedom, like when you join. So, pretty much, they guaranteed that you would, I'd say you could get channel banners. They showed this video of all these people getting channel banners, intros, outros, all for free. And they gave a list of 100 people, I think, when I joined. It was pretty new. So that was one of the biggest things that lured me and the rest of the guys on Edge Gaming into Freedom. So when we joined, like, cool, 60% revenue share. Yeah. It pretty much, in my eyes, it took me as I'm gonna get an extra 60% of extra on top of my YouTube AdSense, which makes perfect sense, right? Well, actually, that is not the case at all. What Freedom and actually other YouTube networks do is they go into your YouTube AdSense, they take everything except what they say they're not going to take. So, for example, 60%, you get to keep 60%. They take 40%. So they're taking your money, not paying you. They state it as paying you. Sorry, guys, I'm a little sick. I'm losing my voice, oh god. They state it as paying you, but pretty much all they're doing is taking your money and leaving you a little to squander. So let's say we have $1. Perfect example. From that dollar, you get to keep 40 cents, and they get to keep 60 cents. They keep primarily all what you have. And at that time, I think I made 75 cents. And honestly, I don't even do YouTube for the money. If you see, I'm going to probably put it on the screen. On the right side of the channel, it shows great channels and people we sponsor. We also sell computers. Really don't care about the money on YouTube. It's 75 cents. I'm not gonna lie, I do make more from selling computers, but I mean, if I do YouTube as a hobby personally, and I don't think Freedom realizes that lots of people do it for hobbies, like they don't primarily do it for money. But in that general sense, you don't have to take people's money away that they might actually want to have, and small channels really work for that. Another problem I have with Freedom, there are no basic requirements for people who want to join Freedom. I can join Freedom. One of the people who said they were going to do graphics designs, his YouTube channel name was Poopsicles. He had one video, was like shit. It was literally a video of a piece of shit. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And he said he would do designs. His designs were crap. So that's, yeah, I mean, there needs to be a basic requirement for the videos. I would say, I would consider it quality. I remember, I just remember the reason why I joined Freedom. It was because of Necessary TV, the Necessary Gaming Network. I was gonna join them, and then they became a branch of Freedom. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go with Freedom. And they're not really, you couldn't say in existence because they are, but it's just another branch. Like, you could, if you visualize it, just imagine you got the recruiters and then you got the main channel. They are pretty much the recruiters, and they just send you right through. And to be honest, I saw a video from, I believe it was, let me check real quick. It is the Z Rhino, and he was talking about how freedom's not good at all, and how they didn't give him his money when his channel got deleted, and more important, I'd like to talk about the new stupid idea that Freedom has of SPO. I think it is. I didn't really read it correctly. They want to go with stocks, and honestly, you can't. Why are you going to stock a YouTube channel? Like that's a horrible word, but you understand what I mean. They're going to sell shares for their YouTube channel, and you can't really consider it a company because all they do is do YouTube, and how they get their income is from you. So in other words, you are paying them to sell off stuff that you want to buy. Here's a good example. I'm gonna put like a flowchart on the screen. They are taking your money to then grow their company, which absolutely is terrible. And even in a video, they said they paid $1 million. Yes, they might have paid $1 million in total. You don't see $1 million going to your account, do you? And not only that, when the stocks do come out, they want you to buy stocks of their company, which you paid for with your own money. And not only that, they say they're going to be billions of dollars. And if you don't agree with me, that's a complete lie, because his example, George Vanos, his example on the YouTube video is Facebook. Now, Facebook is an extremely successful company. It is probably, I would say, one of the most successful companies of all time. Now, he used Mark Zuckerberg as an example with $2.8 billion, that he made. Then the second guy under him, $1.1 billion. Now, I'm going to pull up a chart right now to look at, because I'm stupid sometimes and forget lots of things. But pretty much, you can see that the chart on the screen shows Facebook and how it's grown in the past year. So now I believe it's at $95, my bad. Chart that I just put on the screen. George Vanos' example was of Mark Zuckerberg. So see how the red portion, which is co-founder, and I think it was I don't remember his name. Just let's focus on Mark Zuckerberg, okay? So look at how much of a big portion that is. Stocks depend on how many people own that stock. So if I had 10 people, right? Because this is like the math lesson of the century. If I had 10 people, right, and I had a share, and my company was worth $100, right? Each one of those people would own $10 of that company, 10%. The thing is, it really depends on who owns the most of the shares. Facebook, look at these numbers on the screen right now. It's $12 billion. Billions and billions of dollars, which he used as an example, George Vanos. But look at the actual other investors at the very bottom. There's so many people. Like 4.8 billion? 4.85 billion? Who owns all that? The rest of us, which is only $95. That's it. There's all these different people. It just depends how much you own of it. Like, as you can already see, it doesn't matter if they say it's going to become big. How much you own of it, how much it costs, and what the rate is at the moment is all that matters. It does. And finally, guys, I just wanted to state that Freedom's sponsorship program is too hard to get. It's since it is based for smaller channels, there's really not enough options for the smaller channels to get sponsorships. Really, all the good sponsorship stuff they have is for people who have over 10,000 subscribers, and I do believe that to get a mouse pad, I think you have to have over 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely ridiculous. But don't quote me on that. I think that's just what I think. I might be completely wrong. I just believe that's what I saw when I was at Freedom. So, guys, if you enjoyed this episode video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you didn't, feel free to dislike it. It's okay. It gives us feedback. So don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you all next time.